do me a favour, can you
Love you too.
Hello and welcome to Dammit Vacant, a wrestling podcast. I am Ellis here with John this week. No,
Just
John.
me.
Joe is away. So John is in charge of the Zoom. How are you finding the Zoom controls?
Well, we'll find out after the pod, I guess. So we see if we've got anything recorded.
Yeah, and the other thing, we've actually done a double recording here because we've just spent an hour and a half interviewing Rick Marcus. So
Yeah.
double responsibility on you.
I don't feel worried at all. It's all fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, do look out for that coming some point in the next week or so. We've got Rick Marcus, who's just dropped the Odyssey Pro Wrestling Championship. We had a really good chat with him, both kind of in character and out of character at the same time, just talking about OPW, wrestling in general, and why you should support your local indies.
Yeah. I cannot recommend going to your indie show enough.
100%.
I've always
do you know that you're... Go on. You do.
I've always said, we've been to AEW and stuff. I've always enjoyed that. It's good, but I honestly have a better time with the locals.
Same.
Yeah. So if you're someone who's only only ever been to the big shows, try them out.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And you might see someone who moves on up and ends up at them big shows. I was just going to say to you, that are you aware that your boy Joe Hendry, as of next week, is officially on the Raw roster?
I am, because it was in the news. So
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so cool, man. It's so. It was last year's Mania, wasn't it, where he appeared against
Randy,
and I was just like, that's the dude I see in various venues in Edinburgh. That's so weird, but so cool. Proper happy for him.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, they announced that he's doing a concert next week as his debut on Raw. But he's already super over with the crowd, so he's...
Yeah, I might have to watch that. I don't watch the WWE, but I might watch Hendry's intro. Oh man, that should be good.
Wild. That's wild. How about you? You were Instagram famous last Saturday.
Was I? What did I do?
You were on a video from Waxing Beans.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Video where they didn't actually give you any, just staring at the space, because it's, I don't know, 5 a.m. at that point.
I spent ages watching that video. I was like, I can't find John anywhere. Can't find him. And then you said you're at number 87, was it?
88 in the Record Store Day queue.
Yeah. So I counted 80 odd people back, and then you're not one of the normal ones where it's just panning round. You kind of get a whip shot.
Okay. No, I haven't watched it. I look like I'm half asleep, because I am half asleep. The joys of Record Store Day queue as well is because you're there for so long, you're like, I'm just going to buy like 2 records. And then you're there you just become invested. You're like, fuck it, I'm buying this as well and this, and then you waste all your money. Good time.
What did you buy?
I bought Muse's EPs, Bring Me the Horizon, Low Files album, and Feeder's like B-sides to Comfort and Sound, because their Comfort and Sound album was the anniversary? Oh god, how old is that album now? 20 years, is it? That's terrifying.
At least.
But
they toured again, I saw, didn't they? You often go to see them, don't you?
I also had a couple of so my brother's birthday, literally that day, but he wanted the Paramore album, so I was also sent as tribute to go get it for his birthday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Just look there. 21st of October 2002. It's Comfort and Sound.
All right, so it's
still in high school.
Yeah, that's why I was having flashbacks. I did that. So you guys, that was cool.
Yeah. Practice your drawing skills.
Yeah, so 6 second scribbles, is it called?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun game. I would recommend that, especially if you got kids. They loved it too.
Yeah. I'm shit at drawing.
I know I'm shit at drawing. I know, but it really brought it home just how shit at drawing I am. It's like, oh wow, I can't draw anything. It's like draw toast, and you're like, oh, you just draw a square, and you're like, oh no, that's not toast, that's a square. How do I make it like toast? Oh God, you have an existential crisis for over 30 seconds. Good times. Would recommend.
Yeah. Yes, it was good fun. Yeah, cheers for coming. It was good to see you.
Yeah.
And we also got our AEW tickets this week as well for All
Yeah.
In, to be specific.
Yeah. It's exciting. We're going again. Third time for us. We've been to all the All-Ins, right?
All of them, yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah, obviously it was a year off last year, so this will be
We
the
didn't
third
go
one.
to Forbidden Door. Oh, but I went to Glasgow. That's what it was. I went to the Dynamite Collision. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, we've been to all the Wembley ones. Yeah, we're on the hard cam facing side now.
Oh, that's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it'll be really good. We're going down making a weekend of it. So if anyone's about, and let us know. I think we're going to try and go to Rev Pro on the Saturday night as well. Staying in Uxbridge and having a couple of nights down there.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. It'll be good having it be less of a rush.
Oh yeah, I don't think anything can beat the first one for you.
What was it? Flew in from America the morning before.
Yeah.
And then
you're like, in a different time zone.
Up at 5 a.m. the next morning to fly down to London. I think I did really well, and then I think Joe, I was sharing a room with Joe, and I think Joe just sort of said, like, I got into the room and just sort of keeled over. Just like, that was me, just out.
Yeah, with your pizza. We spent Papa's Pizza or whatever.
Oh, Papa's Pizza, that was the experience.
Yeah.
What time to be alive that was. Oh.
And then your train was cancelled the next day.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, you guys had to come back.
You had to drive back to get
me back to Manchester. It was a good thing I'd booked like the next day off as well. Just because I thought, oh, it'd be nice to have like a day off to recover from all traveling. It's like, no, I'm going to get the train back that day because I'm not. Because I've only made it to Manchester. Oh God.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be less stressful this time. Yeah, if anyone else is going, let us know. We'll be about. So nice to see people that are knocking around.
But don't get on the same train or plane or bus as me because I'm apparently a fucking disaster.
Yeah. It's if you've not listened before, John has a history of public transport nightmares.
But not my fault. I want to point that out. It's not me doing something stupid. It just happens to me. It's not me getting on the wrong bus or anything mental. I get on the right thing and it all goes shit. And then people go on strike or something. Oh.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, no Joe today, but we'll do the news. I was going to say just do that, but there was something pretty noteworthy from Dynamite last week that's probably worth talking about at least.
We'll talk about that. We talk about any Mania bits you want to chat about if you want to, and then well, it'll be a short episode.
Yeah, got a lot to say about Hulk Hogan. There you go. Let's go.
John.
Okay, so John's news. Pro Wrestling Tees. There was an Reddit post going around saying that AEW was no longer in business Pro Wrestling Tees after merch designers were fired. I believe the merch designers being fired is correct, but Pro Wrestling Tees reached out to Fightful saying the person who made the Reddit post circulating has no knowledge of our business. Oh, there he goes. Nothing on our post is true. Nothing on that post is true, except we unfortunately told some of our contract designers we would not need them for many AEW designs anymore. Some of the AEW designers are still contracted. Nothing's changed otherwise, and we still film merchandise for AEW.
So it's a bit of a nothing story.
Bit of a nothing story. It travelled like wildfire. That Pro Wrestling Tees was I guess in combination with this story as well that AEW Plus has been discontinued on Triller.
Yes.
Triller put out an announcement saying that AEW Plus has been discontinued. AEW and Ring of Honor pay-per-views are no longer available to purchase on Triller. If you have an active AEW Plus subscription, it will end on your next billing date. You have full access till that date. Any pay-per-views you please to purchase will remain available to watch on your account. Uh, so obviously, I think we sort of knew this was coming, but I'm a bit surprised how quickly it's come. My AW has just come out in the last month or so, and that's the replacement. Or, there are other methods if you so choose.
Yeah. I mean, my AW must have run quite well for them to go ahead, because obviously they did the Dynasty. Dynasty was the first one, wasn't it? And then obviously they show the weekly TV show, so it must have had a successful launch for them to jump ahead with it.
It must have gone. Well, I guess the I don't know what kind of agreement they had with Triller, but I'm imagining it must have been coming up, because surely it's not month to month,
Yeah, true. And Triller are in a lot of trouble. It makes sense. Keep it in house, more money for.
Yeah, it makes total sense. It's just.
I wish you could share logins. That would be nice.
I just don't like change. Okay. So yeah, I think that happening, and then Pro Wrestling Tees fake post coming out about the same time made people kind of go, but that's not the case.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, yeah, we've had Mania in Vegas this last weekend. There's been a lot of online chatter and videos in terms of fan and crowd mobbing and hounding talent.
Yeah,
I don't know how much of this have you actually seen?
I've not seen.
There's a lot.
I've not been on social media that much. I saw Drew's post, something along the lines of, "You're lucky I'm a much more chilled person in person than I am in the rings." I can't remember exactly what he said. Something on those lines.
Yeah, just get it up. He said, for those fans who spent hard-earned money and a chance to say hello, which we'll come back to, take a photo, have something signed, or give me one of many, many bracelets. I appreciate each and every single one of you. To those who rushed my family, so not just him, and I, in the hotel, kept your kids up till 2 a.m., throwing them in front of us, because this is what a lot of them are doing. They are throwing their kids forward with the merch to sign. So it's harder for the talent to say no because it's a kid. Throwing your kids at us at 2 a.m. or shoving a camera in my face without asking. You're looking at a calm-natured person outside the ring.
Calm-natured, that was it.
Please don't do that ever again. I also think the last part there was a little dig at Punk, which we'll get to. But yeah, that's what they were doing. Apparently the security was it was at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously it is a casino, so you've got a lot of people there anyway, but apparently security was lacking versus what it was last year, and a lot of talent suffered a lot of stuff. So yeah, Drew was saying that, but yeah, it's putting the kids out. But I've seen all sorts. So Booker T was he says a lot of shit. He said, but he said it was horrendous, and he was like, and I'm not even doing this anymore. He said, so I can't imagine what it was like for active talent. He said that somebody actually was filming him in the bathroom.
I did hear about this. Now
and was like, "Hey, Booker T," and he was like, "I just had to walk out of there because he was so angry." Sean Waltman said similar thing about being followed into toilets.
I can't believe you wouldn't realize that was inappropriate. What are you doing?
What was the one? Even stuff like, do you know who Wheezy is? Wheezy Blonde.
The name.
She's like a YouTuber.
Okay.
Yeah, so she just like watch alongs, a lot of the reaction videos.
Sure.
Yeah, she seems like she goes to shows and stuff. She don't work for it. She gets a lot of abuse online because I think when WWE sometimes show reactions of streamers and she's popped up and everyone's, "Oh, you're on the payroll." She isn't. She's just doing her streams.
Yeah.
She gets a lot of abuse, and she's talked about like the effect on her mental health quite a bit. She was there in Vegas, and she said she was walking through the hotel, and a lot of fans mistook her for Sol Ruka.
Okay.
We can see the similarity in the looks, but mistook her for Sol Ruka, and she said she got mobbed. We were throwing things at her to sign, cameras in the face.
Jeez.
And she wasn't even that person.
That's slightly terrifying. Or you might have a limited edition merch of Sol Ruka stuff signed by someone else.
Yeah.
Sign it all.
I'm sure we'll get onto the major talking one in a moment. So after this is from Fightful, because they spoke to a lot of talent around the situation. A number of talent replied with the same "what security" when asked about what security is like. Almost unanimously across the board, it was agreed by wrestlers in all locker rooms that WWE and TKO should be providing on-site security to talent at major events when the wrestlers are staying at a centralized location, such as the MGM Grand.
Well, I mean, they've just made all the money in the world. Surely they can hire a few security guards.
Yes, you absolutely would think. And I said this was happening all weekend with many wrestlers. I mean, they get enough shit online. I mean, I saw Rhea Ripley's been getting a lot of shit online for some reason. I don't know why. But people commenting on how she looks because she's lost some weight.
Yeah, she's lost some weight. People are saying she's less like, what's the word? I don't know. Imposing, maybe. I don't know if that's the word they're using.
For sure, she still walked up to you. You'd shit yourself if she came at you.
Yes.
Did you see her comment that she put underneath?
I did. Yeah, she's just dealing with. Well, I think she said something like dealing with a. I can't remember exactly the phrase. Minor eating disorder, I think she said. So just you're like, oh, have we considered not assuming that we know what's going on and stop saying stupid shit? Mate, I don't know.
Wrestling fans' entitlement again.
I say that on the podcast whose entire thing is saying stupid shit, but not that kind of stupid shit.
No, there are lines.
Yeah.
During most event, talent are responsible for their own hotels. At ones like Mania, they are actually provided by WWE.
But they've got even less of a excuse than that, don't they?
Yeah, just a little bit.
It sort of makes it's shit. They've got to get their own hotels in general, but when they do, you go, oh, maybe people in different places. But when everyone's at the same thing, like, come on, sort it out, surely.
Yeah, it should be a little bit easier, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
However, some wrestlers did opt to stay at different hotels simply to avoid the rush of fans and the autograph hounds. Fightful were told that makes WWE arranging travel services more difficult.
Well, but if you provided the security, they wouldn't have to stay in. Oh, fuck's sake!
Yeah, 100%.
This is a circular argument, surely.
Yes. Protect your talent. A WWE source said there was also videos and photos of talents being approached for hugs at meets and greets and encouraged fans to not initiate or instigate physical contact with the wrestlers. Beyond comfortability issues, there are also health risks of talent hugging fans in meet and greet situations. Okay. One wrestler said that they think things are getting worse because of and this is a valid point I hadn't really thought about, of the skyrocketing prices associated with WWE under TKO and Fanatics, who put on a lot of the meet and greet stuff. They don't feel they are as financially accessible to fans who want to meet them and would normally pay for these. And they, as I said, they charge inaccessible prices, which is then really meaning they're trying to find another way to get the signatures and the contact.
Yeah.
Which
I don't.
Was an interesting take, which I'd not thought about, but it doesn't justify it, but it makes sense.
It's not a thing that really, like, meet and greets. It don't really make sense. I'm not that bothered personally about the idea of like getting stuff autographed, but if you are, well, the prices they charge is ridiculous. You know, like for what is quite quick interaction normally.
Yes. Yeah, you would think so. There were a number of fan-related incidents at hotels this week. Let's get that one a moment and come back to that. Royce Keys was shown asking a fan to respect his time. Booker T, as I mentioned, was filmed in a bathroom, which is something a number of wrestlers echoed, including Sean Waltman, as I mentioned. He had a situation with a fan. Did Sean Waltman, there was a situation where Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins were emerging through a room, and Rollins had to nudge a fan that stepped into his path. So yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on. The big one that's kind of done the rounds was regarding CM Punk, Bayley, and AJ Lee because it was originally some fan footage of CM Punk slapping a phone out of a fan's hand. More footage and stuff came out from PW Insider and stuff like that as well. Because one WWE wrestler did say he thought Punk should have handled things differently, because obviously history of physical incidences. WWE does not expect any legal action from the stuff, but
I mean,
more. I think PW Insider reported like Damian Priest had to have a word with this guy before. Have you seen the video that the guy who did it?
No.
So he
It's going to make me sad.
Oh my god, it's unbelievable. That guy has took his footage to TMZ.
Yeah, that sounds like something.
Yes, he's took it to TMZ, and I mean that short kind of bit that you see, Bailey and AJ Lee they're in a hotel lobby going through, and they're having a moment, they're hugging, and AJ Lee's a little bit overwhelmed, and Bailey and this fan's following them, and Bailey pulls AJ Lee away to kind of go more down a corridor that's leading to the doors at the back of the hotel. And then the guy walks up, like within inches away of Bailey and AJ Lee, and AJ's burying a head in Bailey's shoulder. And like Bailey palms him away, and she's like, "Leave us alone," which she'd already told him multiple times before. And before this video, Damian Priest had to come in and tell him to respect the women's privacy. Because they've already said to you, like, we don't want you recording us, etc.
Yeah.
And then as Bailey's pushed him away and he's gone back, you just see this hand go like that, and it's Punk, and he slaps the phone out of his hand, because the guy's harassing his wife.
Yeah.
And one of his best friends in Bailey.
Like I'm not Punk's number one fan. Well, back when we're having the big Punk incident, I was more neutral cop than good or bad cop. But good. Fuck that guy. Slap his phone out of his hand.
I did find it funny. I didn't want to say anything. So I'm going, you talk about Punk. But I thought you've got to be one hell of a dickhead to unite wrestling fans in going, Punk was right to have physical altercations with somebody. It's like, you got to be a special kind of dickhead to do that.
It's like, hit that guy. We're all behind you.
Yeah, which he didn't. He just knocked the phone out of his hand.
That's more
than he fronted up to him. He did front up to him, and guy, obviously security came in. So the reason we've seen this footage that the guys took, and you see the live slap, because previously we'd just seen like fans who were filming the incident.
Yeah.
But this guy, who's harassing women, has now gone to TMZ, shared his footage to them.
Yeah.
Who have then written an article about he's got a history of violent conduct. There's Phil Brooks. Blah-de-blah-de-blah. And the guy has said, I'm not going to sue him or put him in jail. I just want him to shake my hand and give me an apology.
I don't know if you've seen how it goes when a wrestler shakes your hand in the ring, but that might be what happens, and I would support that.
Yep. And the article starts, CM Punk dodged a bullet because the guy whose phone was smacked out of his hand by the superstar this morning is not looking to sue or involve the cops. He just wants an apology, not money.
He's not getting a fucking apology. Fuck.
What the fuck is going on?
Like, oh man, these people are just the fucking worst, basically.
Well, I was angry. I don't know, Tim. I don't understand if they're well, I don't think they're a reputable company from what I've seen from this. But
no, I think they're shit rags, aren't they? Basically, they're
right. But actually, someone a platform a publication giving a platform to somebody who's literally harassing people.
They just, they want the clicks, don't they?
Yeah.
In fact, an annoying way us discussing it might end up giving him a few extra hits.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah. So that was to give you more context on that incident, which was pretty disgusting. Fightful talked to some more people. A former WWE champion said a lot of fans use their kids to get us to sign things. If we don't, they put phones in our face, try to guilt trip us. Another WWE superstar said it's WrestleMania and there are wrestling fans in town. What do people expect? But yeah, they do.
I mean, sure, but like this feels beyond reasonable.
This is beyond. Like they did try and like we talked the other week about the Stephanie and filming her and chasing her down the street, saying, "You're not who I thought you were." A WWE staff member joked, "I think we should be allowed to super kick one annoying fan a day."
Yeah, I think that's fair. They keep you alive.
Simple funky choke code would do the job.
You don't know if they've already used their super kick a day, so
true.
Gotta stay in line.
It's Russian roulette. The overall sentiment is that TKO and WWE need to spend the money to protect the talent or start paying the talent to get security themselves, which is they should not have to do that.
Yeah.
It's Vegas. We were fucked from the beginning. One prominent woman's talent said WWE never actually prearranges good security. It's like they wait until shit happens, do damage control, and then add security. We love the personal security teams, and they did as much as they could, but hotel security was busy taking care of the problems you already have in Las Vegas, considering this hotel is a fucking casino.
Yeah.
It was bad, another former WWE champion said. Fightful reached out to a WWE rep for comment, but didn't hear back. Yeah, as he said, don't wait at airports or hotels for talent, and do not mail things to their homes unsolicited.
It's weird fucking behavior. Stop it.
Yeah, it's just crazy. So yeah, as I said, you got to be a special kind of dickhead to unite the world in Punk being right.
Punk was right. Punch more fans. That's the takeaway from this episode.
Yeah, and yeah, dickhead fans and tribalistic fans. On the tribal, on a funner side, tribalistic fans are out because I don't know if you're aware, Jade Cargill pulled out a move. Are you aware what she did?
She did a one-wing angel. Can't what she called it, but she did a one-wing angel.
Sandstorm.
Yep. I've seen the footage of that. It was not as good as Kenny's, but whose is? And
no, whose is?
Kenny was very like chill about it.
Everyone was losing their mind. Yeah, everyone was losing their mind. No, we can't do that. And she's kicked out. What a disrespect. And Kenny's like,
no,
it's a compliment.
Yeah, it's a compliment. My headcanon is always that whoever's finisher it is does it the best, and that's why it's a finisher. And if you copy it, you're not the one. You're not as good as the person who originated it. True. That's why Shawn Michaels' super kick was lethal, and everyone else's is just a general move. Yeah.
And I think I can't remember who it was. Another wrestler actually literally tweeted out the history of the move to show it's not even Kenny's in the first place. He does it the best.
Yeah,
this goes back decades.
Yeah. I think his is. I can't remember exactly what we said, but they're all like variations on the same move. So I think it's slightly different to the other ones, but yeah, like it's all basically the same thing. I mean, like styles clashes are turning up everywhere these days.
I was going to say it's literally called that as well on when Will Ospreay does it.
Yeah, it's a styles clash.
Yeah,
and
Styles has said the exact same thing as Kenny. Compliment.
Yeah, I'm sure other people do it as well. Like it's
Dragon Lee now does it as well as they said it in the ladder match because he hit the mat because he was tag team champion with AJ Styles. That was his last championship he held, and the commentators actually said AJ has gifted the Styles Clash as a finishing move to Dragon Lee.
This is just how wrestling goes. Like,
if you want everyone to do unique moves, guys, you're going to be in a
yeah. Well, like with DDT used to be a finisher, right? It's now it's just a general move. That's the cycle of wrestling. That's how it goes, and then people switch things up, and the Moxley finisher is basically a DDT with extra steps, but like still DDT.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
What are we at? Oh yeah. Josh Barnett announced he's ending GCW Bloodsport for the foreseeable future. Would have been handy to have Joe here for this because I think he's watched it a good few times. I've only seen a bit of it. but it's kind of it's the like worked shoot type thing in it with no ropes.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, Barnett revealed the news during Friday's event in Las Vegas as part of WrestleMania week after his win over Yugi Nagata in the main event. He ran down their accomplishments, said he'd done some amazing things, but for now the store is closing. Said he's shutting shop and calling it a day while they have a dignity and the fans still love what they do. He put over GCW owner Brett Lauderdale's efforts. So he has his reasons for shutting things down, but while Bloodsport is not done forever, it's done for the foreseeable future. Thank the wrestlers, Lauderdale, and the fans before bidding adieu. So the No Ropes Work Shoot Style debuted as Matt Riddle's Bloodsport in April 2018, which I didn't realise. Barnett taking over. Taking over the franchise a year later. Since then, GCW has run Bloodsport events from New Jersey to Indiana to Los Angeles to Tokyo to New York City to London and more. I think there's a lot of theory that it'll be back as something else, like it'll be called something else. But
it's popular, isn't it?
Whether the actual event will be gone that long, I don't know. It might just be called something else.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'll have DBs because you did a long one. Fightful Select Q&A. I just thought it was interesting. What was actually supposed to happen during the MJF Jeff Jarrett storyline? He says the plans for MJF and Jeff Jarrett rapidly changed last year. The feud was one pitched by Jarrett as one of the last big storylines of his career. After January 15th, 2025 AEW Dynamite, the feud started to pick up criticism online and the plans were quickly changed. We're told that the Jarrett Call Girl lines were created by the writer on the segment and approved by Jarrett. MJF pushing back on those as he felt it didn't help the babyface Jarrett. MJF was also have said to have warned against the scumbag insult as it would lead to MJF getting chance.
He's right.
Yep. Originally, the feud was pitched to last till All In, then Revolution before the decision to wrap it up sooner. Tony Khan himself had never planned for the feud to be a long-term feud and had other plans in mind for MJF. It was never pitched or planned for Jarrett to win the World Championship during this run, which makes sense. But it did seem. I remember at the time it seemed to just sort of disappear quite quickly, so that makes some sense. They also talk about the Mania watch parties. What happened to the WWE PLE watch parties? Why did some people doubt they got cancelled? Sean Ostap said, I'm not sure why a bunch of Twitter trolls pretended they were still active when they weren't, but that's par for the course for them. I saw some posts, outdated watch party locations before the blackout was lifted, and others lied and claimed they called Johan Promotions before deleting the tweets when pressed on it. The long and short of it is blackout should be way more common in sports, and WWE TKO were looking to implement that line of thinking to increase ticket sales for their events, which doesn't really make sense to me, because if you're in the market for a watch party, it's not like if you don't get the watch party, you're going to go to the arena.
No, they're just not going to come to the city, are they? And in that city, you've got WWE World, you've got the merch stalls where they probably would go along and spend money. Yeah,
but like it's a very different budget to going somewhere to watch. You know what I mean? Like it's like the idea that I don't know. Classic is always, if you've pirated something, that means they've lost out on a sale. It's like, well, people wouldn't necessarily have bought that thing unless they were able to watch it for free. No, that's a bad analogy. You know what I mean, though? It's like
the
idea that they're not. If you go to a watch party, you're missing out on ticket sales. Doesn't make sense.
No.
There was a Rikishi-led watch party in Chicago area for Elimination Chamber that got cancelled as a result of the blackout. A number of venues in the Las Vegas area, as well as talent reps, were contacted and told public watch parties were not going to be permitted within 50 miles of the event.
Bear in mind, Las Vegas is a desert, so there's probably not much outside of that radius.
Exactly. Someone sitting in a desert 50.1 miles out with a phone.
Someone should have done a watch party on the eye or the sphere, whatever it's called.
That would have been amazing.
Stream it on that.
They never did do a Danhausen face on the sphere, did they? That's a pity.
No, he got his blimp though.
He got his blimp.
And his WrestleMania moment with John Cena. So most of his list has been ticked off.
Yeah, good for him. Obviously, I'm more of an AW guy, but I to this day I do not know how they wasted Danhausen. Whether like even him being injured doesn't really excuse it because we just had him running around doing bits.
Yeah,
Baffling to me.
it is. The only defense I can kind of give on it is like over the last couple of years, obviously Tony's pushed this is where the best wrestle, and having a comedy act doesn't fit that. Even though I don't agree with it, because I think you should have a variety of different stuff on there. Um, that's the only kind of defense I can kind of give on not trying to use him.
Yeah.
But he's shown very, very. Yeah, apparently he was all over WWE World in terms of his merch, his stores, his big figures of him, and all sorts of stuff. Like he's just massive.
Yeah, I can believe that.
And he got booed when he made his debut about 2 months ago.
Yeah, he really turned that around really fast. He even used it to his advantage. It was impressive.
Yeah, he was like, thunderous applause.
yeah. Proper made me laugh. I love him. WWE and TKO want people to show up to the venue and watch WrestleMania instead of watch parties. Again, that doesn't make sense. Mm-hmm. Even Circa Las Vegas Stadium Swim was among those contacted, which they confirmed on social media. WWE and Johan Promotions were in contact with the venues and agents who heavily pushed for the blackout to be lifted. A lot of wrestlers get appearance fees to host watch parties as well. Fortunately, about a month before the event, it was lifted. Had these locations disobeyed, they would have been subject to legal action. I mean, numerous sources tied to the decision told us that the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority also pushed for the blackout to be lifted. Their reasoning was that site fees they secured to bring WWE to Las Vegas again for Mania was supposed to benefit the city as a whole, not just Allegiant Stadium and WWE. And everything worked out okay in the end. But yeah, it was a good. It is mental that you think you can get paid to be there and ban people from doing things around you. That's mad. I'm glad it stopped, but mad.
And they must have paid a lot because you had The Rock go on a SmackDown and announce that WrestleMania was in New Orleans and bigging that up, and then all of a sudden, we're not going to New Orleans, we're going to Las Vegas. Stupid. Yeah, that one decision there, it kickstarted a whole domino effect that led to fucking Pat McAfee coming out on TV saying this product is shit and you don't need to watch night 2 and I'm going to give you a 25% discount code so we can save wrestling. I'm like, wow, like the dominoes really fell from that one decision.
I've watched various videos explaining the Pat McAfee situation. I still don't understand what the fuck is going on. Like, what?
Can't explain it. Can explain it even less after you watch. Don't watch it. But if you watch the night 1 main event, it's probably one of the most confusing wrestling matches I've ever watched.
I've heard it's mad.
Unbelievable. Yeah. But yeah, that all started from changing from New Orleans.
Yeah.
And even
the first.
I mean, they did shift tickets. They shifted about 6-7 extra thousand tickets on the last week. Still less than what they did last year. I think they did 50,000 each night. It was 60,000 last year.
Was that a discount code? You said they gave a discount code.
Oh yeah, so I think a week before Mania, when because Punk had cut a bit of a pipe bomb that included Pat McAfee in it, but it was pretty good. And then Pat McAfee came out to respond to that on a SmackDown, and then he was like, "You don't need to watch night 2. That's gash. Night 1, Randy's going to save wrestling." So from now until the end of Monday Night Raw, you can get 25% off. But only for Saturday, the night that Randy Orton was on, which was the worst night of the both. And night 2 ended up doing better in terms of sales as well than night 1.
Are they going to call it a storyline decision to make night 1 rubbish so that it fits in with something?
Yeah, you had him doing that shit. And then you had the Bellas. I mean, they ended up listening to them. They do their own podcast, and Nikki had made a point of, well, why don't you announce the match cards ahead of time? Because normally it's like a couple of days before they announce it, and then the week after they did. So
that's why there was some weird stuff going on where people were scrambling to change creative, but stuff hadn't been announced anyway. So they were changing things that people weren't even reacting to because they just didn't know. Like, you know what I mean? That doesn't make sense to me.
No.
It's like, oh, people don't like what we're doing, so we're not buying tickets. Like, no, people don't know what you're doing. so we're not buying
Yeah.
tickets.
Well, yeah. Well, the crux of it was people can't afford your tickets.
Yeah.
It's not that they don't necessarily like what you're doing. They just can't justify spending £300 to sit in the nosebleeds.
And I imagine as well, you've been 2 years in a row, right? There's people that probably go, "Oh, it's Mania.
That's it. It's part of
Mania.
the.
I'll do it once."
And
Well,
Vegas isn't a very family-friendly
yeah.
place to take your families to do. I mean, I can't remember whose interview it was on because there was loads in the week, but Punk was on one, so obviously he's champion, so he was doing a lot of press. And he talked about what Vegas meant to. He's got a lot of history in Vegas. That's why he cut the pipe on the original one. Obviously, he main evented last. Yeah, and he main evented last year, obviously, for the first time. He's main eventing this year as champion. So, he said selfishly, he likes that it's in Vegas, but he kind of went under the radar because it was a throwaway comment. But he said, obviously, he said they've run into trouble running the same place 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
So even he kind of admitted that, yeah, kind of fucked up. And they did, and that was a problem. You don't need fucking Pat McAfee coming out confusing shit.
I understand why he was there.
Although he's got a new name now. In the Punk pipe bomb, he called him Pat McAfee.
Nice.
Just that's called it. I'd heard live on WWE Raw, Pat McAfee. But yeah, stupid. And next year it's in Saudi, so.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure. Surely AEW, Ring of Honor, are going to do some. I know they said they wouldn't run things the Mania weekend, but I feel like this is the exception.
The one.
That's the exception. Surely.
How the American fans are fuming.
Yeah,
all wrestling fans. I think they'd understand if it went to like the UK, like a wrestling centric place.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's before you get into all the other stuff. I mean, the literal one benefit for us is it would be on an okay time, but it's going to be. Yeah, people aren't going to be commuting over to Saudi to watch a Mania. So and that's before you get into the political climate of it might physically not be able to happen.
Yeah, that might still be going on.
Yes, you would think
Doesn't look like it's going well.
No. The mini story is night one
most of them.
Yes. Night one of Mania, which was one of the only kind of top reaction parts, was the return of Paige to WWE. Very sadly, Nikki Bella is injured. I think I sent it in the group. She, in one incident in a tag match on Raw, she sprained, tore, and broke her ankle all in one go.
I saw you'd sent it to the group. I didn't understand the context. Fuck.
Yeah, she because it had all been kept under wraps. So there was talk going around that she was hurt, and it would be touch and go. It wasn't touch and go. Like she knew, but you didn't see her out and about. And then she was on the Hall of Fame carpet, and she had a boot on, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm still hoping to be there tomorrow." But yeah, she then after it, she was like, "I'll be able to tell you about this soon." It was a video of her ankle, which was huge and blue and green, and broke, tore, and sprained all in one go. And I was like, I sprained my ankle once, and it took about 6 months to recover. And COVID helped with that because I wasn't out and about all the time. To tear it and break it is some bad luck.
I don't like that. I won't say, but nope, freak out, don't like it. Here we go.
But yeah, she is back. So basically, the Bellas came out, and then Nikki was like, I can't wrestle, but I've got a replacement, and she came back. I mean, her WWE team kicks ass, so it.
I like Paige.
And she looked probably saw Phil Lindsay talking about her, and he was saying conditioning wise and how in ring work, it was like some of the best that she's been since she originally retired.
Oh, good for her. I'm glad to hear.
Yeah. And they won the tag titles.
Yeah, I heard that.
Sean Rossap of Fightful has confirmed that Big Damo has signed with MLW.
Oh, yeah.
Damo went by the name Killian Dane in WWE and NXT for years in the group Sanity. He'll be joining the company as a member of the group Contra. He is part of MLW's strategy to have a greater European representation on the roster, just like with the company's recent signing of Joe and Matt Kofi and Wolfgang.
I met a big demo at Discovery and in the Irish one. I went to over the top. Nice guy. Very hairy, very sweaty. That's my shook his hand. And, yeah, very hairy and sweaty. Good nice guy.
Is he married to Nikki Cross?
I believe he is. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I'll let you do this one.
Oh, just I forgot I was there. There's a new Street Fighter trailer, and I don't know how I feel about it. It looks kind of bad, but also it looks like it's going to entertain me. I think Joe was more negative.
Joe was. He was negative on the first one as well.
Oh, the first one I thought did look a bit shit. It looked weirdly like AI, but I don't know. This one, maybe I've just grown accustomed to how shit it's going to be. That I'm like, oh, this will be fun actually.
You got the Gil spinning kick?
Yeah, the flash kick, yeah. Which I want to see Cody do in real life. Well, I've seen do it in the ring.
Can we mention Cody's commitment to the bit?
Of course we can. Yeah. I don't understand what he was actually at. What was the event? I've seen him going around as Guile, which I.
So in Las Vegas, obviously with Mania being the Roman Cody there, they did the trailer launch at a venue in Las Vegas, and he rocked up to it in full costume, and then cut a promo in character.
Nice
Guile character, talking about the cuts to the military budgets, and then they went to WWE World, and he was out there again in character. And if you've not seen it, it's one of the funniest side looks I've ever seen. It's on a Roman Reigns vlog. And Roman sat backstage at WWE World, and they're all out there.
Yeah.
And it just shows Cody going out like that, and then Roman just looks at the camera. He's like, "What's this guy doing?"
Boo! Why wasn't he dressed up as Akuma?
And then he came out and did his bit, but he was not in character.
Boo!
Yeah, credit to Cody. Yeah, commitment to the bit.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing you can never say about Cody is that he doesn't commit to the bit. If anything, he commits to the bit too hard. That might be the problem.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, he absolutely does. Have you seen his Instagram post of today?
Nope.
So I put it in the group before. So, are you aware what happened to his eye?
Oh, the one about I saw I've seen the aftermath.
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of people think it was because he got punt kicked at the end of the match after winning. So everyone assumed it was from that. But when you actually watch the videos, he already had it. It was from a punch.
Oh, really? I thought it was a kick. I didn't realize that.
No, it was a punch. Doing a typical back and forth punching, and Randy just caught him in the eye.
Oh. You forget how dangerous wrestling actually is, like, because they just make it look so.
Yeah, you're like inches away from major issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a literal punch, and I remember watching it. So that felt a bit weird. And there's a bit where Cody raked the eyes of Randy, and then Randy is like blinded by it, and then he RKO'd the ref. But the rake of the eyes from Cody was directly after the punch he'd received, and it was kind of like to buy himself time because you saw him kind of go away and was like holding his face.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's from a punch. But yeah, he appeared on Raw, and he looked rough as fuck. I actually thought he was coming to drop the title. It's that bad. And apparently, he shattered his orbital bone.
Oh no! Don't like
that. Which could be months. And Punk had done a promo, very good promo actually, considering lost the title, and he was talking about staying ready because people are, Punk's going to go away for a bit now, and he's like, nah, I ain't going anywhere. He said the only reason I became champion in the first place because I stayed around and I was ready, and Seth got injured and got the spot. And he was like, you never know when a championship opportunity is going to fall from the sky. And then Cody's music hit. And he came out looking like that. And I was like, you're going to drop the title. He didn't. And it did tease a Punk Cody match down the line. But I also thought, are they doing it to buy themselves a bit of time while Cody gets assessed? They've dropped this little tease here.
Yeah.
Because Cody today posted on Instagram stories, in quotations, "You won't lose the eye," and close quotations, "has to be the most positive yet absurd thing I've ever heard in a doctor's office."
That's okay. Wow.
But it shows you the seriousness of it. If the consideration was he was going to lose his eye.
Jeez. That's mad. Anything else? Oh, we should talk about the AEW thing as well, right?
Yes. Yeah. The big.
Well, we mentioned it last week in what we'd heard rumors.
Yeah, about that. I said I ended up watching that live because I told you on Friday I was in quite a bit of pain with the injury and didn't sleep well. So I was like, I'm just going to go downstairs and put this on. And I fell asleep very briefly and then woke up to the commentator shouting, "Oh my God," and Darby getting the freak out. I was like, what's going on here? Spoiler alert. But yeah, Darby won.
Darby's a new AEW champion.
What were your thoughts? Obviously, it's created a lot of conversation, and we also kind of said last week it didn't feel like the time, or it felt rushed, etc. But what were your thoughts having watched the show?
Having watched it, I think they did a pretty good job of, because there isn't a build, but these guys previously have history. They previously have a bit. I've forgotten it was a Headlock takeover thing. They brought that in in the opening promo very well. So they quickly reminded you of the build of like previous build and got you into it. I very much enjoyed it in the moment. I'm still trying to figure out if that's the best way of doing it, though. You know what I mean? Like I was like I went mad when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
I guess as well because we're very online. We talk about Fightful Select insider information stuff a lot. Maybe if we didn't have an inkling this was coming, it would have been more of a shock. Well, as soon as Sting turns up, you're like, "Oh, it's happening."
Yeah, that was the final.
That was like, "Oh, he's winning now." So maybe they shouldn't have done that because that kind of got rid of any sort of tension for me. I was like, "Oh, Sting's here, so he's winning."
Yeah.
It was surprising how fast the match was as well. It's a quick match because I'm not watching it live, so I can see exactly how long's left, and I'm like, "Oh, they're just still doing the entries. There's 10 minutes left in this episode. That's weird."
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, I mean they can't.
Well, I think even people watching it live, I went back and watched Denise Salcedo's live stream.
Yeah,
just for that bit, and she was really emotional, like in a good way, really emotional at the win, and she was like, "Well," said they were doing the entrances, and she was like, "We're like 2 hours into the show," and she was like, "I know they do overruns," but she was like, "What? They're not going to do a half-hour overrun here."
I think they have done before though, right? They've done like the last couple of weeks, they had 25-minute one. So I think if you're watching it live, you could probably assume that was happening. But yeah, no, it definitely worked on me. It worked very well in the moment. I think we'll have to see where it goes to decide if it was the best way of doing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of echoes what I was going to say. I was like, looking at it in two ways. So like last week, kind of said one, hopefully they're not doing anything because they're like, "Oh, it's Mania week, let's try and take attention away," which I don't believe.
I don't think so.
Tony Khan of this iteration of Tony Khan would do now, because I think he's past that. Like the week when they put the Punk footage out, and I was like, I think they're past that kind of let's take attention away.
He seems very chill these days.
Yeah, he's a lot more chill. He's even said it himself, like kill him with kindness.
Yeah.
So yeah, we kind of talked about that, and it felt rushed, and they haven't really built Darby back up since coming back for it. So kind of my two takes on it, like what you said. I need to see where it goes. Like, I hope it's not, because there's now talk about, well, it'll go back to MJF at Double or Nothing because that's in New York. So kind of hot shot it around. So yeah, I kind of want to see where they're going with it, and that will kind of prove whether they, they have a plan or they were just doing it for a moment because it was in Washington. So yeah, I'll hold fire on that judgment till then. But I would say that as a episode and as a kind of single entity, it was one of the definitely the best in AEW, probably one of the best single episodes of TV golden threads that I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah, I'll give you that, yeah.
Because, we went into it a bit dubious. I went into it a bit dubious. You've not really done much to build it up, but then just everything from the MJF, Renee being trying to tell MJF that he's got this title match, he's not responding.
That was really good.
That was hilarious.
He's over and she's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that was hilarious. And then she's like, the match starts now. And I was like, Jesus, didn't expect that. And then once MJF comes out, and then you get the whole, I'm not doing it. And then Bryan Danielson jumping up and saying the Tony announcement. Darby cutting that promo where he's close to tears.
Yes.
And then I was like, okay, right. You're building the sympathy and the emotion here. And then him saying, I'm going to beat you with a headlock takeover, which then threw me back to
that was
all of that. And I was like, shit, I forgot about all that.
Yeah, I forgot that. I was like, when we talked last week, I remembered they'd had some matches and good ones, but I'd forgotten about that particular.
Yeah, that nugget.
Yeah, that nugget. Like, oh.
100%. And then there was little video packages through the show. And then obviously the walk to the ring. And then Sting being there. And Darby being quite timid in the presence of Sting, really. Which is quite a nuanced thing where he was like, it's showtime. And Sting's like, no, it's your time. This is not a fun thing. You are ready. That just got you absolutely hyped. And then I see a lot of people shitting on the quick finish thing, and I probably would have liked to see maybe MJF come out with tape on or whatever, selling the fact that he's just gone through a 45-minute war with Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
But also he's just gone through a 45-minute war with Kenny Omega. He's walked in cocky. He's done his cheating gimmick at the start. And he never expected Darby would do the same back to him. And he did.
I'm such a big fan of that. Just the... I've complained about a bunch of times about dumb faces doing dumb face stuff. Just the fact that Darby's like, nope, going to punch you right back.
Yep, 100%.
I was like, what doesn't make you a heel? Just fucking...
Yeah, and then straight into the finishes.
Yeah.
Bit cheesy, but good fun, like the Round the World.
Yeah, it was full.
Coffin drops. Stuff. But then obviously he won, and then all the celebrations afterwards, and Sting coming out, and that was emotional. I just thought it was so well done on the show. It was like one of the best golden threads of TV I've seen, because that build that we said wasn't there, and it wasn't there, but they crammed about a month's worth of story within that 2 hours.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, because I was invested storyline-wise by the time the match came around in 2 hours, which is impressive.
And then surprised with the finish, and I was like, it's not often, as a jaded wrestling fan who watches everything, that you are surprised by stuff. And I thought, could have sat there and watched a 20-minute clinic and then been like, oh, cool, Darby won. But that made you feel stuff because it shocked you, and then you realise what's happening. And I love that anticipation to the inevitable of what's happening. I thought it was beautiful, beautifully done. So that's in the isolation. I need to see where it goes, but you always need to see where it goes. But anyone who was kind of shitting on it, wrestling's meant to be fun, and that crowd is having an absolute whale of a time.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's a good way of putting it. I said I was very excited at the moment. It's part of me doubts where it's going to go, but just put that aside and enjoy the moment sometimes.
Yeah, 100%. And I've seen people shitting that Darby's a champion. I won't be clear last week when we're talking. There was no criticism of the idea of Darby being champion, because we love that idea. But some people just shit, how's that like small guy going to beat MJF when he's beat Kenny? And like, no, we're not back in the days where it had to be a big man, muscly, meaty man. So, that's it.
Have you tell me you've not watched AEW without telling me, right? Because Darby, the boy's invulnerable to pain. So how he's invulnerable to all conventional weaponry. Like it doesn't matter. He's small. You just can't keep him down. That's his whole thing. That's how he beats you, by being like crazier than you. And he's been driven. He's been put in a body bag and driven around far too many times.
Yeah, he's like Homer boxing.
Yeah. You have a condition called Darby Allin syndrome. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I thought it was beautifully executed, and fair props to everyone involved, including MJF, who sold the whole. MJF's reactions and the whole thing from the start was the initial. Oh.
Yeah. Because if he hadn't done it so well, it wouldn't have been as effective. Yeah.
Even him just rocking up, expecting the match to being like, it just felt chaotic. But the biggest comparison I can probably make it to, and I think may have seen one or two people mention this, was the the don't switch over. Mick Foley's going to win the championship tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and obviously there's no other rival thing that was on at the same time to compare that to. But in terms of the reaction and how that all went down,
where everyone switched over and watched Mick Foley.
Literally something the Monday Night Wars. But like him winning that title and not being a person who you would expect to be winning a title. That's what it felt like. I mentioned Denise Salcedo. She was emotional for that reason. And because she's invested in Darby as a cornerstone of AEW. And it's beautiful stuff. So see where it goes.
Yeah,
that was it. So Dynamite tonight, so see what happens with that. Thank you everybody for listening, and see you next week. Hopefully we'll have Joe back then.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.